Hey bro, hope you're doing good. I certainly am doing good. If you notice that I'm sweating, then no worries. I just had like a liter of tea. I love tea, but now I'm sweating my balls off, so no worries about that. It's just I'm hot right now. So yeah, I hope you're doing good. I certainly am. Things are going very well. I've got a lot of shit to do at the moment, but we're pushing through it. We're getting through it, and yeah, I think everything's gonna work out fine. So in this video, I will be talking about a very important point. I think I pretty much start every video with that, but well, I'm not lying. It's important. It's important to your self-improvement and to my self-improvement too. So what are we taking a look at today? We are talking about a very, very important character trait that we can train, and that would be confidence. Now, before we get into the topic, I had an idea, and that is I'm going to ask you a question, and I hope that you have grabbed a pen and a piece of paper. And once I have asked this question, pause the video, think about the question, and try to answer it. You don't have to go like 30 minutes full focus mode on it, but just like the first couple of things that come to your mind. And then I think that way I can get your attention to focus more on this topic because it's really important. So the question is very simple. Why do you need confidence? I think it's pretty easy why you need it. I hope that you have a couple of things written down now. I hope a couple of things came to your mind. As I have already said, you don't have to go too deep into it. Just write down the first, 3 things that come to your mind. For me, I've done the same thing. I've written down a couple of things. The first one is you need confidence when you want to apply for your job. You need confidence in work. I mean, imagine you, are having a meeting with a customer and you are not confident enough to just sit there and confidently talk to the guy. I mean, it's just going to go nowhere, right? Third point, probably the most important actually, is dating. If you're not confident, you're just not going to get dates. It's just not going to happen, right? Especially if you're a guy, if you're not confident, if you don't go up to a girl, if you don't approach them, if you don't talk to them, nothing's going to happen. So you're definitely going to need confidence for that. Unless you're lucky and you've got a very, very confident girl that comes up to you, of course, you can take that too. But I would still say that you guys need confidence if it comes to dating. Social events. If you go to a social event, let's say you go to a birthday party of a friend and you know no one else there except for your friend. It's going to be fucking hard for you to make contact if you're not confident enough to go up to strange people and talk to them. So you are definitely going to need confidence for social events and just in general confrontations and meeting people and everything. So to sum it all up, I think it's pretty clear that we need confidence in pretty much every aspect of life. We just need it. Confidence is important, and or let's put it differently, having or being confident certainly helps you. Like, that's out of question, right? Having confidence, being confident definitely will help you wherever you want to like be confident or have confidence in life. Confidence will bring you somewhere, right? So now that we've got that out of the way, I'll just briefly talk about my experience with confidence, because of course I haven't always been as confident as I am now, and I'm pretty sure I've still got a long way to go. So I think to start off, I first of all have to say that I never really was a shy kid. I never had a problem with sitting in front of people, talking in front of people, meeting new people, all of that. So yeah, I just wasn't a shy kid, right? I was open-minded. I was funny, at least I think I was funny, and yeah, I was just not a shy kid. But then in school, like from grade 6 to 9, my confidence took a serious hit, like a serious one, and it took me years to get out of that. Years. Now, what happened? First thing that came to my mind when I thought about it is that, simply put, I was always at least a year younger than my classmates. I was always younger than them, and if you're a boy and puberty, of course, if you see the guys around you changing, if you notice that they get more manly, right? Manly at the age of 14 is not really manly, but you get the point, right? If you're just not as mature as the other guys around you, that's of course going to do something with your confidence. So this is the first thing that I noticed. And the second thing is a bit more complicated. It's that I was just a weird kid. Like, not weird in the sense of you couldn't talk to me or anything, but my interests were just different from the normal interests of my classmates. For example, video games. I just wasn't a video game kid. I just did not play video games. So this is one big area of interests that I just could not connect to people my age, because I didn't have video games, I didn't play video games. Second thing, TV, watching series and anything like that, also didn't really do that a lot. There was one series in particular that I remember that I watched, and I didn't even watch it fully. I just watched 2-3 series of it, and basically my entire personality formed around that, and that was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So this, of course, already left me with a very, very small pool of people to choose from. And then on top of that, people to choose from that I could be friends with, that actually would befriend me, right? And then on top of that, in school, my interests also differed from normal interests. I was extremely interested in history, politics, and to a certain extent also economics. Now, why economics? Well, because history and politics and economics always go hand in hand, but definitely history. Like, history was the thing for me. And I don't know if you've noticed, but history kids are weird. Like, they are just special in a sense, just like math guys or anything like that. So I was like, I never really was part of the main group, which by now I actually appreciate that. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about me having just had a different childhood and teenage experience than others. And I certainly can't complain. Definitely can't complain. It was a great time, and looking back, I definitely enjoyed it. And of course, you still grow a good circle of friends, and I actually think that these type of friendships are extremely deep, because given the fact that you are all not part of like the main group, you have to stick together, right? You just have to, and that really helped to build fond and beautiful friendships that still last to this day. So this was when my confidence took the greatest hit, grade 9 to 6. Now, fast forward to now, I'm supremely confident in who I am and in what I do. I mean, given the fact that I'm doing this in a language that I did not speak at birth, right? That I did not speak from birth, because English, of course, I had to learn English in school. I think just given the fact that I'm doing this alone is more than enough of proof to my claim that I am supremely confident of what I am and who I am now. There's one more point actually that I have to touch on, and that would be, especially in school and teenage years, I would just never ever approach women. Of course, at some point, I felt attractiveness towards women. I felt interest, and I developed interest towards women. I mean, who does not? And the thing is, I just never approached them. And given the fact that my friends also didn't do it, nothing really came of it, right? Nothing really happened. And so this was also a big confidence issue. But this issue with confidence only came later, because of course, like from the age 14 to 15, let's say 12 to 15, I didn't really give a shit about women. I just did not care about them. There was no interest. But then like 16, 17, 18, of course, obviously, you just feel attracted to someone. And that changed a lot. But I didn't approach women. I just didn't know how to fucking do it. I had no fucking clue, and no one around me had any fucking clue on how to do it. So we just didn't do it. And this is another point that coming back to where we are now, I have no problem with talking to women. I love to go on dates. I love spending time with them. I actually have interest in getting to know women, and I can have lengthy and interesting and deep conversations with them because I just can. Like, now it's just natural. I have no problem in approaching women. I have no problem in general, and we're not only talking about women here, right? In general, just meeting new people, getting to know new people, having conversations. I'm fully confident about that. I have no problem there. Another thing very important is that I have just zero problem with talking in front of people, holding a presentation, talking in front of groups of up to 50 or more people. I have no problem with that. Zero problem, because I'm confident. I know I can do it. I know I'm good at what I'm doing, and therefore I just don't have, I don't see a point of why I should be not confident. And therefore, it just comes natural by now. So overall, you could say I'm a confident guy. Now, how did I get here? What changed? And this actually took quite some while for me to figure out, because these are things that you don't really actively notice. They just happen over time. But I've got them written down, and I'm just going to tell you some of them, because there's a lot. I'm not going to give you all of it because it's just going to be too much. But I'm going to touch some points here. So the first thing that came to my mind is I became physically stronger. I became physically tougher, I grew bigger, and I grew muscles. And of course, that does something with your confidence, especially if you have been a skinny guy that was always weaker than other people your age. Becoming strong and tough and just building your physique definitely helps your confidence. Doing martial arts, of course, also helped me with gaining confidence, because I knew that actually I was tough. I knew that I could physically hurt people if I wanted to, which is, of course, I didn't really think of that, but you notice that things about your body change. You just notice that you get tougher. And then, of course, that definitely does something with your confidence. Oh yeah, very important point. I became more confident in my skills. I realized that given the fact that I have this niche interest in history and politics and economics, I just realized that I'm fucking good at these things. I'm really, and I'm not blowing my own horn. It's just, I am good at these things because I spent years on end doing research on history and politics and all of that. So I just like these things, and I realized that I have skills in that area that others just don't have. And I grew confident of my knowledge. I got really good at talking in front of people. Yeah, that's because I also, first of all, in school you have to hold presentations, right? And given the fact that when you hold a presentation about a topic that interests you, it should be easy for you to talk about it, because you're literally talking about a thing that you are thinking about non-stop, that you're doing research on all the time, because it's fun, right, for you, because it's fun. So you should be confident about that. And also, the jobs that I did forced me to interact with people. For example, I led tours through a palace around the area that I live in. We have a couple of beautiful places here, and one of them is a palace, and I led groups of tourists through that palace. And of course, I had to hold a presentation non-stop. Every room is another presentation, and you just have to talk to them and entertain them and make sure that they listen and just captivate their attention. And this, before doing that, it already came natural to me, but of course, doing that work definitely refined that skill brought that skill up to another level. And then in university, of course, I also have to hold presentations. We have to hold presentations in several languages, so that of course also gives us a boost. And one more thing, very important. I went out and socialized. And with that, I do not mean partying. I did go to parties, but not that much, because I'm not too big of a party guy. I enjoy myself when doing it, right? But I don't do it too often. No, it was sports events. Before I started going to the gym, I did calisthenics for like a good 1.5, 2 years. And there was just this calisthenics park in our town. And I mean, when you go there every day, you will meet new people. And that forces you to interact with new people, and that makes you more confident over time. So this is something that definitely helped too. And yeah, one more thing maybe is that I just surrounded myself with open and outgoing people, and of course that also does something to you. And last but not least, I just forced myself to approach women, and over time you just get natural with it, you roll with it, and you don't have to think of it any longer. So these are the things that changed for me, and this is why I am where I am now, with just me being naturally confident. So to finish this video, to get to an end of this video, I have a couple of things written down that you can all do in order to get more confident. The first thing is, it's 13 different points. I'm probably not going to cover all of them, but the first one is definitely very important. And that is, get good at something. Develop a skill, just develop a skill, get good at something, get really good at it. I don't know, if you have an interest, if you have a topic that interests you, then go deep into it, plunge yourself into it, and just get very skilled at that. Because then you already have one thing that you can be supremely confident about, because you know for a fact that, hey, I know my shit on this topic. I know what I'm talking about, and this definitely helps you with your confidence. This will, without a doubt, make you way more confident than you are right now, if you aren't already confident. Work out. Simple as that. Do sports, build your physique, build your body. There's just no, I haven't met anyone in the gym, outside the gym, who does sports, who claims that doing the sport did not help with getting more confidence. Like, it comes natural with going to the gym, with doing sports. You get more confidence out of it. So do sports, work out, meet new people, go out. For example, if you have, let's go back to the first point, let's say you have this one thing that interests you a lot, and let's say you find out there's a meeting on a topic that you're interested in your hometown. Well, then go there, attend that meeting, and meet new people, interact with new people. It's so simple, really. Just be around people who are like-minded, and that will, without a doubt, give you a confidence boost. Very important point also, work at a socially active place. Work at a place at which you are forced to interact with people. For example, at a bar. You will be forced to talk to people, and over time that will, without a doubt, improve your confidence to a level that you probably couldn't even think about. Do things that you're uncomfortable with, right? Do things that you're uncomfortable with. Practice public speaking. If you are not doing it in school, if you're not holding presentations in school, ask whether you can hold a presentation. Same thing goes for university. And if none of these options are available to you, then, I don't know, join a debating club. Just look around and see whether there are any opportunities for you to get better at public speaking. Public speaking is probably, apart from developing a skill, becoming good at something, is probably the most important thing when it comes to building confidence fast. If you want to build confidence thoroughly and fast, you need to learn public speaking, because once you are comfortable with getting attention from a lot of people, and once you're able to gather their attention and to make them focus on what you say, you will be extremely confident. Dress up. I mean, I know this comes from a guy who sits in front of you guys wearing like an oversized t-shirt, but you get the point, right? Dress up, just dress properly, make sure that you take care of your hygiene, make sure that like basic stuff, right? It's not too hard to just look confident. If there's nothing that you can think about, then literally just Google how to look confident. It's so easy. Just, I don't know, Google it. Yeah, dress the part, and talk positively to yourself. Definitely, don't always just criticize yourself, but also give yourself positive feedback. And one last thing, which I found very, very interesting, is if need be, right? If you don't know how to carry yourself in a confident manner, practice it in front of a mirror. Practice in front of a mirror and just think about what a confident person would do. Think about how a confident person would carry themselves. Think about how they would sit, how they would walk, how they would talk to other people, how they would stand. And do it over and over and over and over again until it becomes natural to you. Okay, guys, I think these points should help you. I think these are pretty good points on how to become more confident. And yeah, I think let's just wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get the point. I hope this video helped you guys, and see you in the next one, guys.